Hello, grandkids. Glad you can make it. My name is Nyla, your resident grandkid host, and welcome to the Grandpod. This is going to be our second episode of the podcast, so if you haven't watched the first one, you can go ahead and stop this and listen to it now, or if you just want to continue this one, listen to it after. That's all good, all gravy. Just make sure you listen to it. Okay, so I am joined by my second guest of the podcast, the one, the only, Bethany. Woo!
Hi,
Hi.
what's up?
I'm doing a podcast. What about you?
I'm good.
All
I'm
right,
here
cool.
on the
Cool.
podcast, on the
That's
Grand
fun.
Pod.
On the Grand Pod. Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Hell yeah. All right, so if you do not know Bethany, first of all, you should. She's really great. And I just want to say that the main thing you need to know is that she is a very well-traveled grandkid who has been to a lot more shows than I have. How many shows have you been to?
16 at this point.
16?
Yeah, I mean, 16 including acoustic sets.
Wait, okay.
11 not
I think
including
that's
acoustic
I
sets.
think that's literally 4 times the amount of shows I've been to. I think that's
Really?
quite. I think I've been to 4. I
That
went
actually
to.
shocks me a little bit.
Yeah, I've been to 4. I've been to one. There was Untitled Night, and then I went to one in October 2019, April 2019, and the first one was
The
October
shoe store
2018.
one.
The shoe store one.
The shoe store one.
You
You
know,
told me
you know the shoe store
I
one,
do
Doc
know
Martens
that one.
store. You guys don't know the shoe store story, and you
You gotta tell
might
the
one
shoe
day.
store. You
I'll
gotta
tell
tell
it.
the
I'll
shoe
tell
store.
it.
Okay.
It's my favorite thing. Honestly, I can tell it now. It's some good
Yeah,
piece
go
of
for it.
lore, and it's actually a really good intro. So, one of the reasons why the intro to the podcast is starts off with "Glad you can make it" is because at that show, the first words that were ever said to me by grandson were "Glad you can make it." So I decided to make that the intro of the podcast because it's something that a phrase that brings me a lot of joy and it reminds me of a really cool night, and I just want to spread that. But the story goes that there was this like really small show where you had to like RSVP, and it's in this like Doc Martin store in Studio City. And 16-year-old me lost their mind and was like, I need to go. I remember it was on picture day that I found out, and he posted about it, and I was like, I gotta go to this. And I was freaking out. My friends were like, what is wrong with you? Like, we're about to take a picture, calm down. Anyways, went to that show. It's been a super tiny little Doc Martin store. Set was like 8, 9 songs, banger after banger. Hearing Kiss bang in such a small enclosed space is just the cool. Everybody, it was very sweaty, and everybody was having a great time, and it was really nice. So
Remember when you told me that though, I assumed it was an acoustic show because you told me it was like in a small place and everything. And then when I found
no.
out it was like a full band show in this shoe store.
Yeah, my ears still hurt. Like it was a lot. Everything reverberated. It was very loud. And I didn't wear earplugs. I wear earplugs now. Just so you know, earplugs are good for
Protection is
shows.
important.
Yes, I already have. Is it called tinnitus? Is it
Yeah, I
tinnitus?
think
Yeah, I
so.
already have that. Random times my hearing will just go, and I'll be like, "Hey, it's back.
Same.
Hello." So yeah, just protect your ears so you can keep hearing. That's the
PSA.
rule. That's
Yeah.
the moral of the story, honestly. I think it'll be safe for us to go into some updates. So we're gonna go into the grandson update corner. Do 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 do. The very first update I want to address is that right now, I don't actually don't know if he's actually playing a show tonight, but he's on an arena tour opening for Imagine Dragons. Isn't that insane?
It is.
Oh my god, oh my
I,
god. That's just.
yeah,
And you went to one of the shows
a
on
week
your birthday.
ago. Yeah, on my birthday last week.
Happy belated birthday. I already told you happy birthday,
Thank
but
you.
still.
Thank you. No, that was like such a cool experience. Literally, like,
Yeah. How was the show? Like how did it feel? You've been to so many, like that's gonna be like one of the like biggest ones. So
no, I mean, it was for
how
sure the
did it
biggest one. Like, I don't know, I was lucky enough to be in like one of the pits, like kind of like right up front there and stuff, and got to like talk to and meet a lot of mostly Imagine Dragons fans and stuff, and of course talked about grandson with and stuff. But I think like I mean there were a few moments that stood out to me, like obviously like seeing like Identity performed live, Cult performed live for the first time and stuff was like
Yeah.
crazy. And then but I think like obviously one of my favorite moments was during like the Bridge of Apologize when like everyone got their phone lights out and like just looking around that like huge arena with like all these phone lights and all these people there, and I was just like I got a little emotional, I'll be real.
I'm
but
getting
I,
emotional, and I'm
but I
right
was just like
here.
it was like such a moment to like I've been going to shows, going to grandson shows for like almost 2 years, and to like look around this like huge arena and just be like, all these people are here right now. Like that's crazy.
That's insane.
So yeah,
That's literally so cool. Yeah, I'm just really excited that like especially that there are some grandkids that got to experience him playing in an arena. We're gonna get
yeah,
that. We're gonna get a headlining arena show one day, and that's gonna be insane. Like legit. Like
I know.
I'm gonna be there too. I will break my bank again to get the pit because my savings are never safe. So they're not. They don't belong to me. All of my money is barely mine.
I feel
It
that.
belongs to society because we live in one.
Yes.
We live in a society. Okay, I'll move on. So next update is Colt comes out. Actually, I was gonna say tomorrow. We're gonna expose the when this is being recorded. It comes out in an hour, like a
Yes, it
little less
does.
than an hour, which is
Mhm.
insane. I'm pretty excited for it. You heard it live, so
Yes,
how
I
was it?
did. Amazing,
Okay,
incredible,
okay,
an experience.
okay,
I mean, I like. I don't. I went to the third show of the Imagine Dragons tour, so like I had videos from like the first two shows to like try to
okay. Yeah,
learn like as many words as possible before the third
nice.
show. So like by the time like my show came around, I was like, this song might as well be out because I know all the words already. So
That's great. I've tried to
it
avoid
was
all
really
of the
cool.
clips. I've tried to avoid all of them. I was just like,
Really?
I don't want to hear it yet. I want to hear it when it happens and then when I hear it. Because he's going to play it on Death of a Tour. I already know. It's
Yeah.
a newer song. Like, it's going to be played. So I'm going to wait to hear it live in my own ears.
Dang. I do feel like it's a good experience to see it live first.
Okay. Then I might
Yeah,
wait.
I'll just say that.
I might wait. I might wait
Okay.
then. And then the last update that I really, really have is Death of a Tour starts very, very soon. Very, very, very
Mhm.
soon. As we're recording this, we have 9 days, going on 8 days, and I am losing my mind. I I've started pre-gaming. I'm like only really listening to Grandson right now. And oh my, I hurt my arm yesterday because I was listening to Pain Shopping, and I was like moshing in my room, and I bumped into something, and I don't know what I bumped into, but like I hurt my arm. It's
Oh
better
my
now,
god.
but I was
Okay.
injured for a while. So yeah, I'm dangerous. Armed and dangerous. I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
Sorry. I'm a genius on accident. Oh my gosh. I'm an idiot savant.
This is why you're the host of this podcast,
Wow.
Nyla.
Armed and that's oh my gosh. What put that on a poster or I don't know. Sorry.
That was
That
amazing.
took me completely off guard. Yeah, I'm so hyped. We're gonna be one of the first people to hear World War III live. Like the
I
people in the
know.
room on the first night are gonna be the first people to hear World War III live. Besides whoever was in the production crew for the Death of an Optimist movie, but that doesn't count. It doesn't count, okay? This counts, okay? I am
Yeah,
so excited, and I just can't wait. It's gonna be there, and it's gonna be in the room. It's gonna be loud, and I'm just so excited.
me too. I literally, from the moment I like listened to Death of an Optimist, like back when it came out and stuff, and like hearing that drop, like in World War III, I was like, I need to experience this live, like right
Yes,
now. Like
a
that's
hundred
gonna
and
go
ten
off.
percent. The way I love World War III so much. Not the actual act. Please don't take this out of context. I don't like the actual war of World War III. If this comes out and then World War III happens, I am not endorsing a world war of the third kind. That's just it's for real. But like this song, is my baby. It's my baby. Especially the line Teflon got a bulletproof vest on. I will never shut up about that. I will never shut up. I said it the last one and I'll say it again. That line, how do you do that? Oh my god. Oh man. Just perfection. I can't. Okay. Okay.
I got that. I
I
get
can't.
that.
And then I'm just gonna mention this for a bit, but I did want to mention like Grandkids on Tour. We're gonna talk about it
Yeah.
later, but
Talk about what
it's a
it is
thing.
too for
Yeah,
people that like
just the whole
don't know.
thing. People that don't
Yeah.
know. If you're out of the loop, the girls that get it. But if you're not one of the girls that get it, then you'll get it soon. So now it's time for the interview section. First question I'm gonna get into is how did you find Gran? Which we've talked about before, but like
We
I
have.
always like hearing it. So let the
Okay.
people know. Let the people know.
Okay. I'm gonna talk about it in like two parts because I feel like the first part is like kind of boring and then the second part gets more interesting, maybe.
Go on.
I don't know.
That's how my story
So,
time goes too.
okay. So, I mean, I feel like I found Grandson like the way a lot of people did through Bloodwater on some random playlist on Spotify. I was listening probably in like early mid 2018, and I think if you asked me at the time like anything about Grandson or who Grandson was, I just pictured like the scarecrow on like the single cover art. That was all I knew. Like I had
That
no
was,
idea.
that was him. Yeah.
I had no idea what he looked like nothing. I just knew that song. I knew it was kind of like different and kind of interesting, but I kind of liked it. So that was like about it. Um, and then fast forward like kind of like late 2018, I would say. You know, my mom and I share like a lot of similar music tastes, so you know, I play a lot of my music in the car with her. And one day she like turns to me in the car and is like, "Hey, like I bought us a couple tickets to go like check out a guy like Grandson's like show in March." And I was like, "Okay, like that's cool, like whatever, you know, it's not like in Southern California, obviously, as you know, like it's easy to like concerts are
Yeah.
absolutely all over the place happening all the time and stuff. So like it wasn't uncommon for me, particularly at the time, to like have like shows I might go to and I only know like one or two songs from the artist because usually I'd leave that night like with a lot more to like go listen to and stuff. I was kind of like using it as like music discovery and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. I probably only knew like Bloodwater and Despicable like at that point and stuff. And then we head into like late March 2019, and I think like it's probably important to kind of like mention at this point, like I like at this point in my life had been kind of going through like a lot of like mental health struggles and stuff, like to the point where it was taking over like a large part of like my mental capacity and stuff. And sometimes, you know, like live music and music had been something that was so important to me kind of like back in high school. And then as I kind of went into college and was kind of entering that point of like early adulthood and stuff, some of these mental health struggles were kind of taking over my mental capacity to really enjoy live music as much as I had been before, enjoy music as much as I had been before. So like early 2019 on the No Apologies tour, kind of like finds me in this place where I'm like finally starting to kind of like regain some of that control back over my life and kind of starting to get back to enjoying some of these things that I used to love so much. And so, you know, late March, I find myself in the back of this really small church in San Diego, going to this grandson show. And it was just such a like a funny thing. Like, I don't know. Part of this like is a reason I'm a huge believer in the idea of always being in the right place at the right time. Because like I so easily, you know, I could have decided to not go to the show that night for one reason or another, decided I was too tired, feeling too anxious for one reason or another. And there was just I remember something kind of inside me in the back of my head telling me like, you're not gonna miss this one. Like you can't miss this show. I don't care that you only know two songs. Like you've got to make sure you're there. and and so I stood in the back of this little church, the venue for that night, and I'll never forget the moment he walked out to Stigmata, and like everyone at the front just like lit up and started like shouting all these words and stuff right at the front. And for the first time in literally years, again, because of like all this mental health stuff that had been going on for me at the time, I found myself like wishing I could be like at the front shouting all those words. Like I wish I knew them at that
Oh,
moment. And I swear to God, I fell back in love with live music that night. I reconnected with music in a time in my life where I wasn't sure if that was possible for me anymore. Um, and I guess the rest is the rest is history.
the rest
Obviously,
is
I ended
history.
up going to show after show after show after that, and yeah, I'll always be grateful if that night happened and happened the way it did, for sure.
I love that story so much. It
Thank
gets
you.
better every time. It does. It does. It just warms the little heartstrings. That could be a Pixar movie. Have you ever thought
Oh,
of that? That could be a Pixar movie, and
could it?
everybody would be crying. That is so sweet. The right place, the right time thing is so true. Because I
Mhm.
feel even in my story, like I the day that the Running for My Shadow music video came out, it was a Thursday, I think. It was like a school night or a school day. I was supposed to be at school and I was sick at home. And I just so happened I don't really watch live stream, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna throw this on. I feel like it right now. And then like everything fell into place. I think you can safely say that you are a grandkid. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
100%. What's your favorite part about it? What's your favorite part about being a grandkid?
Favorite
Being
part of
oldest?
being a grandkid? I mean, I'm probably going to keep talking very much about the live show side of things because that's like definitely my favorite part of being a grandkid is going to these shows and in particular meeting other grandkids there. I mean, I used to be someone going to shows where I'd like be pretty quiet, pretty soft spoken, keeping to myself. But if you find me at a grandson show, like I am like talking to like absolutely everyone, like talking to you, talking
Yeah.
talking to people in line, talking to people on barrier, like wherever I end up, like I'm gonna start talking to people because if we have grandson in common and if we're both grandson fans, like I know that you're gonna be like one of the coolest people. So automatically just like talking to people and also online obviously too, Twitter, Instagram and stuff, like you start talking to people on there, like you're gonna meet some super dope people. So I'd say yeah, meeting other grandkids, going to shows with them, meeting up with people is like definitely my favorite part.
Oh yeah, shout out live show grandkids. Shout out Twitter
Hmm.
grandkids. There's these pair of grandkids, and I don't know their names. I don't think I ever got their names, but every single time I go to a show in LA that's either grandson or sometimes even Badflower shows, they'll be like, "Didn't I see you at that one show?" I'll be like, "Yeah." It'll be like we're just like kind of like mutual, like we know each other. If I see
Yeah,
you and you see me, we're gonna know. But it's really cool to have that. It's just like we have like just buddies, like
for
show
sure.
pals, and it's just
I
really
know.
it's
It's
really
like
really nice.
instant too. Like, and I haven't
Yeah.
experienced that with like a lot of other fan bases. Like, literally, like the second you start talking to someone at one of these shows, and like you've made a new friend, like you're gonna like keep up. You're gonna like find each other at the next show. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like an instant brand new friend, and it's super
Yeah.
cool.
I think one of the coolest ones, I wasn't at the one that was in Chicago, so I can't speak on that because that seemed like one of the greatest grandkid meetups of all time. But my favorite one, the one I got to be a part of, was Unsilent Night, and
Oh
that
hell yeah,
that was insane. That was an insane night, just anyway.
start to
But
finish. Yeah,
start just uh, again and again and again. But like it's still one of the best nights of my life, and I think it's because of the grandkids. We were
for
all
sure.
whenever we get to meet up, it's like a family reunion, but with people you actually like. It's great. Like it's it's like wow. Or like people that you like. It's like meeting your best friend for the first time, which doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. But like,
No, it
yeah,
does.
it's like
It does
it
actually.
does. Okay, cool. But it's like wow. Like this is it like you said, it's instant. Like it's like an instant thing. I still
Yeah,
keep in touch with like from the like shoe store show. I still keep in touch with one of the grandkids I met there.
I
Like I
love that.
still do. Like to this day. It's that I love this. I love this group. Okay,
Same.
and then I think this would be a great segue into talking about the grandkids on tour. So could you
Uh,
tell us a little bit about that? What's going on? What's the idea? What is it? What's Grandkids on Tour?
okay. So for those of you that don't know, Grandkids on Tour is an Instagram account that I started last month, back in January. I kind of started a lot from a similar place of what we were kind of just talking about with like how cool these shows are, meeting up with grandkids. So, I was back in early January looking ahead and seeing like, wow, there are a lot of grandson shows coming up, and there are a lot of people that aren't going to necessarily get to experience them, for one reason or another, whether, living in a different country, living across the world, not having the money, for whatever reason it might be. And so I thought, wouldn't it be cool to kind of like get sort of like the perspective of someone that's like going to the show, that's there, that's doing whatever they're doing leading up to the show, going to like get food with their friends, meeting up with grandkids in line, things like that, and kind of be able to share that and kind of give grandkids a platform to kind of like share their experiences with other grandkids in real time that might not get to go to the show. So that's kind of what the concept was anyway, and kind of where it came from. So basically, each night of Death of a Tour, and I'm kind of working on some of the other festival dates and things like that. But
Fun.
gonna have a different grandkid taking over our stories, starting in the morning or whatever. Again, kind of leading up to the show, then posting obviously concert videos, things from the show, and just kind of taking like the community and everyone that cares to watch and cares to listen through their night and through their day. And so, even for people that don't necessarily get to go to a date on this tour for one reason or another, kind of have some of that experience, a little piece of that experience to be able to kind of live through a different grandkids experience. So yeah.
I love that idea. I was so excited because we kind of dropped our stuff at the same time. And so I was
Mm-hmm.
like, this is so cool. But yeah, I am super stoked for Grandkids on Tour. That's just really, really, really dope. Is the account just at Grandkids on Tour?
Yes, it's just at
All
grandkids
right.
on
At
tour.
Grandkids on Tour on Instagram. Go follow that. You should.
PSA too, we're looking for like a few more takeovers to finish out Death of a Tour. So if you're going to a show, let's see if I remember them all. In
Ooh.
Albuquerque, Charlotte, Orlando, or Omaha. Still need
Okay.
people for those 4 shows. So definitely fill out. We have a sign up form linked in our bio. So fill that out. I'll get you on, get you taking over our stories in no time.
If
That's
you live
okay.
in any of those areas and you want to take us with you on your journey for those shows, then please do. Because
Please.
it's just a really cool thing that you'd be a part of.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, all right. That's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
it for the little interview section.
Okay.
Woo. And now we're about to go into the game. But before we go into the game, which I'm very excited for, I have a question. I forgot to ask this in the first episode, but every single episode, I'm going to ask the grandkids' opinion on this. In the song Stick Up, is the first line, now Tommy's a good father, or now Tom is a good father?
Tommy.
Please, Tommy,
Tommy.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now Tommy's a good father. Because, look, I've asked multiple different people, and I get different answers, and it's fine if you think either one, but I always hear Tommy. Like, now Tommy's a good father. But I also think about the fact that Tommy adds a sort of familiarity, right? Like, oh,
And it
it's
flows
Tommy,
better.
you know?
It flows
Yeah,
better. Tommy.
but what? But he's telling the story about this dad. So wouldn't he just say now Tom is a good father? He doesn't know Tommy. Well, does he know Tommy? We don't know the lore. That it's I I'm sorry. I think about things way too much, and this is one of them. So your official answer is Tommy.
I'm gonna say Tommy. Here's a Grand Pod exclusive for you actually, because I don't know
Okay.
if anyone knows this. I don't know if it's come up before, but
Okay.
I created at least the Grandson Lyric bot on Twitter. I don't know if I've ever
Oh,
revealed that before.
I did not know that.
I've kind of kept it kind of secret, I guess.
Yeah,
But
wow, that is a
but
grandpa exclusive. Oh my god, look
I,
at us. Sorry.
No, it totally is. But well, part of the reason I kept it like secret for a while is because I was like afraid if I like messed up the lyrics, I didn't want anyone like coming for me, like as like
It just came up too. It just came up. It was now Tommy's. I saw
yeah.
Tommy's.
I think it's
Okay.
Tommy.
Okay.
At least that's what I put.
That's what you
So
put. So,
that's
okay.
it's official, I guess. I
So
don't
I'm
know.
gonna tally it. I'm gonna tally it. This is one tally for Tommy. All right. We'll find out what the other grandkids think on future episodes. Okay. That's just gonna be my poll for every single one. I feel like now that you've said Tommy, multiple people will say Tommy, but I'm gonna believe that you guys are not sheeple and that you can think for yourselves. So we're gonna move on into the game. Now, contrary to popular belief, we're not always doing trivia. In fact, this episode's game is to create our dream set list. So it doesn't necessarily have to be realistic. It doesn't have to, it's probably mine's never getting played. But it is a product of it's just what you want the set list to be. I'm gonna end up making playlists of these on YouTube and on Spotify, and if anybody can do them on like Apple Music or whatever, that'd be kind of cool too. But I'm gonna make playlists of these. You can listen to them, decide if they're good set lists for yourself. If you don't like mine, please don't tell me. It'll hurt my feelings. Um, so, do you want to do the honors of going first, or shall I?
You're gonna go
All right.
first.
I am going to go first. All right, so, ladies and gents, this is my set list. So, I want you to picture the scene, okay? You're waiting, right? You've been waiting. The openers just went off. The curtain is closed, okay? You hear the band tinkering and setting up in the back. You're like, oh, you're so excited. You've been waiting for like 10 minutes because the band setup takes way too long sometimes. But it's okay because you know it's going to be amazing, right? You're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting. And then all of a sudden you hear dun 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 dun, and you know Die Young's about to come on. You get it, like you. But they tease it. They don't play the whole line, and then they tease it again. And then you hear the entire guitar line. The curtain opens, and he's like, "Yeah, what's up?" Insert city name here, and you're like, "Ah, oh my God, it's my city. He knows where I live." And it's just like a whole thing, and it's just like really, really cool. And then it's like, I just blew out the winning ticket. And it's just the whole. Die Young is my opening song. Okay. I've always dreamed of having Die Young as an opening song because I know how insane that would be. High energy, dark guitar line, great for that's why I want it. It's like a real good teasing guitar line because it starts off with that. It's this big bombastic thing, and it kind of tells you everything you need to know about Grandson in the beginning. It's like it's got the mention of like sin. Sometimes I smoke it and I sip it, like it's got that. It's got like, they're gonna take me out if I die young. The truth is forever because they're trying to murder him for telling the truth. Like, that's kind of the vibe. You get everything you need. You kind of get
Yeah.
it all, And I really wanted a song that's like, if every time I have to introduce someone to Grandson, Die Young is one of the first songs I show them because it's just like it's a good introduction. So I think it'd be a good introduction to the set list. So that is song number 1. Okay. Song number 2 is 6 o'clock. It's just it keeps up that same energy and it goes more into the kind of topics that would get somebody murked by the government allegedly. So 6 o'clock, my second song, high energy, cool. And if you ever heard it live, oh my god, I listen to the live version more than I listen to the normal one because it's just amazing. Third song, Stigmata. Okay, keeping up that same energy. All right, need Stigmata, need it, right? And it goes with the same themes. It's still got that. Oh, they put a hole in the back of my head. Like there is. I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know why I said, but like it still has the same like energy. It still has the same vibe. It's really upbeat, really crazy. You're still first 3 songs and you're already tired. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Okay. Song number 4, still going with that same theme. Bury Me Face Down. Okay. We needed something that wasn't on an EP. We needed something that wasn't anywhere. Okay. We needed one of those early Grandson singles. and that is Burning Me Face Down. That song is insane to hear live. If you've ever gotten the chance to, oh my gosh, you know, it's insane. And to go after Stigmata, what else could you ask for? Fifth song, Identity. We're slowing it down. We're making it darker. It's insane. Right? It's just I have nothing else. I love Identity so much, and I haven't heard it live yet, but I know this live version would go great here. The privileged have heard it live. I have
Damn.
not heard it live yet. Okay, that's privilege. Okay, I have not heard it
For
live.
sure.
So I'm just
Soon.
saying. I'm just
Soon.
saying. Okay, soon, soon. Oh, very soon, but not yet. Number 6. Okay, this is where things start to take a slight turn, right? So this if we're going with the storyline of my set list, right? This person is a revolutionary. They're challenging the government to take them down. Okay, challenging them, but they're still trying to find themselves in all of this. They don't know what's going on. And then Best Friends comes on, and they realize that their friends that they're around are bad influences and only taking him into really, really dark places. All right. And Best Friends is great. It's fun. It's got a lot of energy. It's very fun. Um, I never learned from my mistakes. First opening line. What more could you ask for? Cool guitar. I'm sorry. Best Friends will always win in my heart. Okay. Next song. Now, you have to stay. You have to stay with me. Okay. Okay. Happy Pill. All
Okay.
right. Look, Happy Pill's coming up next. Okay. I I love Happy Pill. I feel like Happy Pill is a very underrated song. We don't talk about Happy Pill enough. It's very cool. I feel like after getting high with your best friends, they're getting you down. You're gonna want a little Happy Pill. Okay. So I'm a gun. Won't you get me off? Trigger finger will till I get my Happy Pill. Thank you very much. Okay. Now after that, you're getting high with your best friends. You got Happy Pills. Overdose. Sorry. Overdose is next. Overdose is next song. Okay. I'm sorry. I cannot. I can't dodge a good. I can't dodge a good lineup like that. Okay. Overdose is next. It brings everything down, makes everything a little bit darker, makes everything a little bit smoother. Everything gets a little bit sexier. Why is it sexy? I don't know, but it is. Overdose is a very sexy song. People don't understand that. It's very sexy, even though it's very dark. It's very sexy. It's like I was higher than the nose. It's like, ow, what's going on here? So we're gonna slow it down. We're gonna make it sexy. We're gonna do that. Okay. That is number 8 with Overdose. Number 9 is Put Me Under. Okay. Clearly we haven't gotten dark enough. Oh my god, is my laptop about to die? This is very important. Oh, I thought I charged you. Why do you hate me so? This is the second time. The first episode, it also almost died. Is it charging? Okay, cool.
Oh no.
All right. Next is Put Me Under. Put Me Under is a very, very. I love that song a lot, and I also feel like that song is very underrated. It's my baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put Me Under, going after Overdose. It just feels right. It's also dark and sexy, but in a different way. It's very sad, but it's great. It's great. We have to bring it down a little bit, and not everything can be high energy like the first like 5 songs, okay? We need to slow things down a little bit, we need to experience the epic highs and lows of high school football. We need to get it. We need to understand. So, that is next. After Put Me Under, we have Riptide. I needed Riptide. And Riptide feels like a good gateway here. It feels great. You know? Starts off with I have done bad things. Did them to good people. Which you would do. It feels like it goes with the story. I don't know. I have a vision with this, okay? After Riptide, we're really bringing it down, okay? This is the sad part of the show. Destroy Me is next. Destroy Me is next, okay? Destroy Me, destroyed, okay? You're getting destroyed. I'm so sorry. We're making you cry right now. And it's gonna be the live version where he brings out the acoustic guitar and everything goes down and there's like one spotlight. If you've been, okay? It's the one spotlight and it's just like boom, boom, and you start crying. Yes. It's that. Alright? But he's not putting the acoustic guitar away yet. No, 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 folks. Next one he's gonna do is he's gonna do an acoustic version of Despicable. Okay? Guitar does not leave. But it only starts off as acoustic and then it like ramps up near the end and it builds up and then it does a last drop with the full band and it's crazy. It's It starts off slow, but then it builds up and it's like really crazy. And Despicable is like one of my favorite songs. So I needed this. I've had this picture for a long time and I really want this. All right. Song number 13. Um, Jordan, you're gonna want to close your ears for this. Okay. Things Change. I'm sorry. Things Change is number 13. Okay. I will go to bat for this song. This is my favorite grandson song. It is entirety, and it's not released. My favorite grandson song is an unreleased SoundCloud demo. It's been my favorite song since I heard it, and it still is. And I even have a tattoo planned that's based off of the song. I love this song, and it needs to be there. And it goes in a great place. Despicable, then things change. What more could you want in life, right? And it's still sad. It keeps the sad mode going. You know, you got Destroy Me, you got Despicable, and things change. Sad. We're all sad here. We're all crying, but now we're just sad for different reasons. Okay, things change is going here, and it will be played with a full band, and you will sing it, and it will be a thing. Not really. I'm not. This isn't a threat or anything, but like in my dream set list, this is what happens. So sorry to bring it up. I know you don't like when we bring it up, but that it's on there. It's on mine. And if you haven't heard Things Change, listen to it. I'm sorry. I'm going to make you listen to it. Listen to it right now. Don't even pause the podcast. Go listen to it and then come back and then understand. We feel with me because I need it. Okay. Song number 14. We're still sad. Pain Shopping. Okay? Pain Shopping is next. We're sad, but we're kind of angry about it, and we're shopping it, and it's a thing, and it's amazing. Okay, I love Pain Shopping so much. I hurt my arm to it, as I mentioned earlier. I love that song a lot, and it's really good to get things kind of amping back up a little bit. I kind of want to bring things back up just a little bit. We're picking up the pace, okay? And then after Pain Shopping, Is This What You Wanted? Is This What You Wanted is my song number 15. We have 5 more songs to go after this, but Is This What You Wanted is gonna slap. And I don't care if he said he's not playing it anymore. It's on my set list. So it exists in my imagination. Okay? Is This What You Wanted in my magical world is still on the set list, and it's 2 songs after a song he'll never ever play live, and that's just how my brain works. So after Is This What You, I don't even have to explain This Is What You Wanted. I was gonna go in depth like why I chose it. Yeah, I don't have to explain it. It's going there, and it makes sense why it goes there. If you were to listen to these songs back to back, which I have because I'm crazy and I needed to make sure my set list made sense, it goes, and it's amazing, and it fits, and I won't hear anything about it. Next song is We Did It. We Did It is next. Now, story wise, I got kind of confused, but I think it fits if you like do a bit of tinkering and you kind of make it make sense. So, We Did It is my 16th song. 17, you realized we've gone this far without World War III? Baby, of course it's here! And it's in the same order as it is on the album. We Did It and World War III come back to back on the album, as it will in my set list, because it's a needed transition. World War III needed to happen. Did you think I was gonna get this far into my set list and I wasn't gonna have it? Like, did you think, oh, I'm putting World War III. I fought tooth and nail. I had to take out songs and put songs back and rearrange stuff in order to fit World War III. And World War III is in here, okay? World War III is my third. I mean, my fifth to last song? I don't know. I can't count. Oh, fourth to last song. Okay. Next after this, Rain. Rain. Because I need to slow it down again. Rain. Rain is going. Whether it's a duet or not, I do not mind. I need it. I need Rain. It's such a good song. That one's also dark and sexy. What else could you ask for a third to last song? Second to last song. Did you think I wouldn't put Drop Dead on the set list? Second to last is Drop Dead. It's very needed. It's a very needed song. And I think it as second to last, it was second to last on Death of an Optimist. It's second to last on my set list because it's a good second to last song. It's like it's got the anthem vibes. You can like get the fake lighter app and start moving your phone. Most people use their flashlights, but I want fake lighter apps in the entire room. Okay? I don't want to see a single flashlight, okay? Only fake lighter apps. And then my last and 20th song on this long long set list. You've been through ups and you've been through downs and you've cried probably multiple times. Welcome to paradise. Last song on Death of an Optimist. Last song on my tour set list. Because you just went to paradise. So you might as well be welcome to it. And that's my complete set list. To fight the urge to put Welcome to Paradise first was a lot. I wanted to put it first because, like, the show is going to be Paradise and then you're going to go through. But I was like, Welcome to Paradise is so good. Like, your life after that show will be changed forever. So Welcome to Paradise is going to be the last song. I'm sorry. My show is... It's immaculate. It's immaculate. No
Yeah.
flaws. And that's my entire set list. That's what I'm presenting to the class today.
God. I don't know if mine is nearly as well thought out as yours is, to be honest with you.
I overthink everything, so I don't think it should be. I think if it was as well thought out as mine, you should see a therapist. That's genuine. I'm sorry.
Okay. So should I start with mine now?
Yes.
We're gonna go into that. Okay.
We're gonna go into it. Okay.
We're gonna head into it. Okay.
All right.
So
I'm ready
mine. Okay. We're starting just like Death of an Optimist. The album starts. We're starting with the intro with Death of an Optimist. That's how we're opening the show. That's how we're getting started.
Okay.
And then just like the album, we're going right into In Over My Head as like the official like opener. Like the intro is like sort of the opener, but then like the real opener is In Over My Head.
Okay.
Like you need to. Okay.
I see the vision.
You got that? You got that?
Vision.
Okay. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep that energy high with Oh No. We're getting Oh No
My
right
beloved.
after In Over My Head.
You know how it was so difficult to not put Oh No? I wanted Oh No in my set list so bad and I could not fit it anywhere. And I was so mad.
Why
I
wasn't
was
it there?
so I had to make hard decisions.
Okay, I get that. Okay, my next one though, right after Oh No, again, keeping the energy high, keeping the energy up. We have Die Young. We have Die Young right after Oh No. We go from In Over My Head, Oh No to Die Young. We're just, you know, the pit's going wild. So like, yeah. Okay, we're gonna bring the energy down a little bit with the next one for Fallen. Fallen has made
my beloved. I had to take that one too.
Fallen is right here. Right here, Modern Tragedy Volume 2 representing.
Beloved.
Right here. Okay. Then we're kind of entering, after Fallen, we're kind of entering like the little section of my set list. This, I kind of consider it like the dance section. Like it's just kind of like a few like very, very fun songs. So we're starting. Okay, we're starting with Left Behind.
Okay.
I love that. I could not leave Left Behind off my set list. I'm sorry.
Couldn't leave it
I know
behind.
you left it off yours. I couldn't leave it behind. So we're going into Left Behind. Then we've got Apologize. We've got Apologize after Left Behind. Then we've got Dirty.
Ah, I knew it.
Dirty.
I was like, Dirty's gonna be there.
The dance one, yeah.
Needed.
And then the last one, this little dance section, is Cult. We gotta throw Cult in there. The Cult is right after Dirty.
Okay.
Because I can, because this is mine. Then we've got Is This What You Wanted? Because that one had to make both of ours. It just had to. It's like, it was yes, this is exactly what I wanted. Like, Is This What You Wanted? Right here. Then we've got Put Me Under right after.
I think that's the same order as mine. Oh, no, it's not. It's near it, though.
Okay.
No,
I think it's the same order as like End of the Beginning, though. Like, I think it might be. I think I might have stolen that.
I think it is pretty close. I think that is pretty close.
Something like that.
But I still Destroy Me and Despicable back to back. So.
Okay. Yeah.
It's playful.
It's fun.
Playful.
It's fun.
It was a good choice. That means that was a good choice.
Alright, so we've got Put Me Under. We get like, you know, Put Me Under. Like we're slowing down a little bit for a second. And then I've got like a non-song right here as a transition. Ooh. You know what I want to bring in here? I want to bring in that freaking like dialogue thing or whatever that started off like the Death of an Optimist era. that
Mhm.
whole thing, like when you wish and desire to aim a bit higher, that whole thing, that's gonna start
Mhm.
playing. That's gonna
Mm.
play.
Okay.
And that, so we're gonna play that entire thing.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go into the Ballad of GNX, the interlude.
I wanted the interlude
That's
in so bad. I wanted
we're
it
gonna
so
do
bad.
that.
I get you.
We're
Yes.
gonna play like the very thing that brought us into the identity era, and then we're gonna go into the Ballad of GNX. That's like
That's
right there.
cinematic.
That's like the most artistic moment of this entire
Wow.
set list, and
That's
it's
that's
beautiful.
great. That's insane.
And then you know what comes after the Ballad of GNX? On the album, it's We Did It, but we're gonna hold off on We Did It for a second. We're gonna go straight into World War III after that.
Oh, yes.
We're gonna go straight into World War III. We're gonna slow down for just like a second, and then we're gonna go straight
Oh,
into World War III.
yes.
And
Yes.
then after World War III, we've got Identity.
Oh.
We've got Identity right after World War III.
Ooh.
And then we've got Stigmata right after Identity.
I'm gonna start crying. Oh my god. Just
Like those three songs, like
I can
right there.
imagine how exhausted I'll be after World War III, and then Identity comes on, and I'm just as tired. And then
Yeah.
Stigmata starts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Right?
gosh. That's
Okay.
insane.
We're like only just over halfway there. We still got a few, well, we've got a few songs left. Okay. Next.
I'm with you.
Okay, we're
I'm
gonna
with
slow
you.
things down one more time, like pretty much only one more time. We're
Okay.
gonna do Bury Me Face Down here,
All right.
right after Stigmata. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the very specific version of Bury Me Face Down that's like a cappella. That's like
Ah,
with the whole like the voice thing going on, like that whole thing. It's
acapella
gonna be
bury
like
me.
nice and slow. No one's gonna move the entire time. Everyone's just gonna be like, what is happening right now? This is incredible. So that's just gonna bury me face down right there. Then we're gonna go into Despicable. I'm gonna go into Despicable right after bury me face down.
Pain and
But
suffering.
more specifically, we're gonna do Despicable into We Did It with like that transition right at the end of Despicable into We Did It. You know, where everything just like goes off and no one can believe what's happening. So we got that.
Oh my god.
Then to finish things off, as we always do, tradition, we've got Bloodwater.
Mhm.
So that's like Bloodwater. We think the show's over. We think the show's over. Everyone walks off. But we have an encore. We have a
Ooh.
one song. We have a one song encore. And it's a song that I could not leave off if I tried. And it's Drop Dead. Come back out for Drop Dead. But it's a very specific version of Drop Dead. We're gonna start out like just acoustic, like just
Okay.
like single spotlight acoustic guitar through like the first chorus. It's just acoustic, and then David and Ramon come back and we finish out the song with like the full band. There's confetti, everybody's crying. Drop Dead, rather drop dead than be a quitter, and then we all go home and can't believe what just happened.
We have to go home after that?
We have to go home after that, and that's going to be like the hardest thing we've ever done. But
And
we
we
have to
probably
go
have to
home
go to
after that.
work the next day? That's
Right,
crazy. Wow.
exactly.
That's
That's
nuts.
that's my set list.
That's
That's
nuts.
my like semi-realistic, but not really set list.
I think it's pretty realistic.
I
I think
guess.
it
I
is.
don't know. You
I
think
think it's pretty
so?
real. I think that could
You
happen.
believe in my dream?
You know how crazy it would be if you just made the exact like Death of a Tour set
I
list?
know.
Like I
Listening
knew
to
I
this,
had no chance. If
listening
he
to this,
breaks
like, what the
out,
fuck?
if he breaks out things change, I don't know what I would do with myself. I would not be a human being. So it's never gonna happen. But I would stop being a human for a period of time that I'm not certain about. And I don't know what I would become. I concerned, but wow. This is fun. The set listing
This
is
is
fun.
fun.
That was very fun.
Yes, for
That
sure.
was very fun. All right, that was really dope. So those are our set lists. If you would like to listen to them, if you are you should be following the GrandPod account on Twitter. You should. I'm gonna have them linked the playlist that I made. It's gonna be really cool. You can listen to them. Um, yeah, that's gonna be great. Now that the game's over, we're gonna get a little bit more serious, and I do want to preface this section of the pod with a note. we are going to be talking about a subject that is a little bit more triggering to some audiences. So I will have on the Twitter account and on the Instagram, I'm going to put a timestamp to where you can skip most of the discussion. Just for a heads up, we're going to be talking about EDs, aka eating disorders. If this is something that you are a bit sensitive to and don't really feel like you should be hearing this, do not worry. I'm going to be putting a timestamp that you can skip to within the pod and on the video in order to be able to avoid that. But I am going to make two separate ones. One's going to be so you can still hear the resources, all the resources, and the next one will be to skip the resources completely so that you don't have to hear anything. But if you do want to get the resources, then I advise you to go to the first one. And we're going to jump straight into it. So, Bethany, your topic. I'm going to pass the baton.
Okay. So, the topic I wanted to talk about a little bit was just eating disorders and eating disorder awareness, more specifically. So it's something that's very close to my heart. I mentioned a little bit about my mental health struggles, and eating disorder was one of them for a number of years and stuff. So, I have that personal experience. I know, what it can do, what it can take over your life in certain ways. And, before I even go into any of the resources here, if anyone listening to this kind of is struggling with an eating disorder, or even just struggling with body image, or just an unhealthy relationship with food, an unhealthy relationship with exercise, maybe, and is, looking at recovery and looking at trying to get better in, whatever form, whatever shape, whatever way that looks. I just want to tell you, keep going, as cliche as it sounds. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. Keep trying to make the right decision for you and your own well-being, as hard as that is. Because I'm going to tell you from my own personal experience again, you're going to still get it wrong sometimes. But as long as you keep trying and as long as you keep making decisions in your own best interest, you're going to start to get it right more often than you get it wrong. And you're going to wake up one day, maybe weeks, maybe months, maybe years down the line, and realize that this stuff doesn't control your life anymore, that there's so much life and so much light to be found on the other side of your struggles. And again, that statement isn't even necessarily just specific to eating disorders, any sort of mental health issue or anything like that. You are worth so much more than your struggles. There's so much life to be found on the other side of your struggles, so keep going. But part of the reason I wanted to bring up eating disorders in particular too is that National Eating Disorder Awareness Week is actually coming up right here. It's February 21st through the 27th. Again, that's national for the US. But there's a couple of great organizations that I just kind of wanted to shout out here. The main one here in the US is National Eating Disorder Association, abbreviated as NEDA, NEDA. They have a lot of really cool online resources. They have a helpline, which I'll just kind of read out here. It's 800-931-2237. And that's a line that you can either call or text, and they have representatives there to kind of chat with you in whatever capacity you need help. They also have a really helpful online screening tool if you suspect that you may have an eating disorder or struggling with one, or if you have a loved one that you suspect may have an eating disorder or struggling with similar body image issues, you can kind of fill out that online screening tool completely free and just kind of see if maybe some of those symptoms kind of align with what an eating disorder might be. And then just one more organization I wanted to shout out here really quickly is Project Heal. They're a really cool organization that kind of tries to help connect people who may not otherwise be able to afford or otherwise access eating disorder treatment. So you can go to their website, again, just Project Heal, and kind of get connected with resources if finding treatment is somewhat of a boundary or a barrier in recovering from your eating disorder or similar issues. So, yeah.
That's very well said. I feel like one of the reasons why when you told me about your topic, I was like, yeah, definitely, like 100%. I'm going to preface this and everything. We're genuinely going to talk about this because this is a very serious issue. And I feel like awareness is such a huge thing for it because it's something that goes under the radar a lot.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
it's lumped together with other things that it's okay sometimes too, but sometimes you have to shine a spotlight on things that aren't as not marketable, but like there are some things that people feel are easier to talk about,
Mhm.
and eating disorders are not one of them, and they get kind of like thrown under the rug and like tossed with everything else when
For
we should
sure.
kind of like it should be talked about a little bit more. like
Yeah.
like your message could affect so many people right now, like even in this a small bubble. I know not that many people listen to this right now, but like there's someone that could be listening to this like, wow, I really needed to hear that. Like
Mhm.
I've struggled with an eating disorder in the past, and I know that if young me would have heard that, I would have been like, damn, like that's something I really needed to hear.
Yeah,
And like
it's one of those
it
things that completely changed my life, but also like I wouldn't go back and change it for anything, you know, like I am only who I am today because I went through that and because I was able to get myself out of that, you know, in one form or another. So, you know, it's not something that I define myself by anymore. Like I used to kind of think of myself as like, oh, I'm a recovering anorexic or whatever, you know, I used to kind of label myself to myself that way. And now it's just kind of at a point in my life where I'm like, if anything I say, if anything could resonate with even just one person and kind of give them that motivation or at least that idea in their head or a phrase or something that's going to kind of help them through or help them to get themselves through, um, then I think that's really worthwhile and really cool.
That's really great. I'm genuinely really glad that you got to talk about this. And I have a few more resources. Another organization that I found is one that's called the National Alliance for Eating Disorders, also called the Alliance. It's a US based one. It has programs, it has support groups for those who are enduring eating disorders or are in loved ones of someone who is going through that. It also has a treatment finder for you to be able to find the help if you want to get any professional help, then that's a way to go. Another one that I have is also based in the US, but it's a little bit different. It's called the Eating Disorders Coalition. This coalition actually lobbies for federal legislation pertaining to EDs and also promotes awareness for it. So it's actually a lobbying group that is trying to push things legislative to actually like benefit people. So I wanted to shout that one out. You can go ahead and check them out if you're interested in volunteering or anything like that. Then I have some for a bit more international. Beating Eating Disorders is abbreviated as BEAT. It's in the UK. Once again, it has programs, support groups, treatment finder, things in that nature to be able to help our UK listeners who may be going through this, or if you know anyone, please beats one for UK in order for you to be able to find treatment and everything like that. Um, Butterfly Foundation is one in Australia. It has a helpline to be able to help you. I'm going to have that number posted so you guys can reach out to that one. It has support groups. It also has a treatment finder. I tried to make sure the ones that I had have support groups and treatment finders have a good balance of that, have a lot of things to offer. And then the last one I'm going to shout out on here is the National Eating Disorders Information Center, aka NEDIC. It's a Canadian based organization. They have a helpline. They have just general information. They are an information center, so obviously they have information and they're able to spread awareness on it, and a treatment finder. So go ahead and check those out. If they pertain to you, go ahead and save those, bookmark the tweet, whatever you need to do. These resources are there for you. We are here for you. We are your own little support group. The grandkids have always had my back. I have your back. He has our backs. And we're all just in this together. So
Hell yeah.
we're just gonna keep on keeping on, y'all. Keep on keeping on. We got it. All right. That felt really
Oh,
good. I'm really glad.
it did. It did.
Okay. So now we're moving on to the end. We're getting near the end of the podcast.
Wow.
We're going into submission section. So first we're gonna go into the advice section. Are you ready to give some advice to some grandkids?
As ready as I'm gonna be. Yeah.
All right. So, this first one, I don't know who these are from. These are all anonymous. I don't even
Okay.
check because I like keeping people's anonymity and privacy, and I don't want to invade anyone's privacy. Even though I don't think I can check. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Anyways, the first person says, "My mom found my Twitter account, so now I can't talk about my pronouns or my sexuality because I'm not ready to come out to her yet." And it has like a little broken heart. Just like, honestly speaking, I don't know if you wanted advice. It's in the advice section, but there's not really like a question or anything. But the best thing that I can say is wait until you're ready. 110%. Don't rush yourself to do anything. And I know it's a little bit difficult to be like, this like space that I had that I really felt safe in has now been kind of infiltrated, and I don't feel as safe to be my truest self. I'm really sorry about that. But I feel like what you should focus on is waiting until not only you're ready, but also trying to find another safe space. Try to find another place that's going to make you feel safe in being who you are. Because I know, as a queer person myself, I know that trying to figure that out for me was really, really difficult. And having a safety net and a support system and like having this place that I could go, which is Twitter. I talk to the gay people on my phone. But since you don't have that anymore, you can try to create another Twitter account that's private, or you can try to find another community. There are different apps and like different things. I just want you to be able to try to find your community again, your space that'll welcome you with open arms. So that way, if when real life gets a little bit too tough and like you can't really go to the people who are in your life, you have somewhere to go and you have some place to be your truest self. Because it can be really hard to feel like there's nowhere where you can be you. Like, that's the only thing we can be at the end of the day. We can try to be other people, and sometimes we fail, and sometimes we succeed. And if we succeed, then it's kind of cool. But you're always going to go back to being you. You can't be that other person forever. So it's all about finding a safe space so you can be you and feel like you. But I'm really sorry about your situation, and I hope all gets better. And I hope if you do decide to come out, when you do, that everything will go great. Sorry about your situation. Anything to add to that? I don't know. I'm just kind of talking.
My first thought was like, can you block your mom? But like so
Block your mom. That's
your
Bethany's advice.
your
Block your
answer
mom.
your answer was far more poetic than mine was, but I was just thinking like, why don't you just block your mom?
Yes, that's you know what? My advice out the window. Block your mom. Block your mom.
I mean, pretty much. It
Yeah.
seems like it would solve some of that.
Honestly, yeah, it would. That's an option. You have
That's an
options here.
option.
You have options.
You can
You
go
can
with
choose
Nyla's
violence.
poetic answer, or you can just block your mom.
That's so great. I'm sorry. It's like the two,
It's
like it's like
simple.
the angel and devil on your
It's
shoulder.
simple. It's straightforward. It's gonna solve your problem.
Not too many steps either. It's just
Mhm.
boop boop, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Or even further, you can kind of combine both. Make a new Twitter account and block your mom. Make it nothing related to your normal. If your normal one is like Apple Eater 82, like change your name to like Orange Lover 87, you know? Like really
Exactly.
really yeah, like she'll never expect
So
that, you
different.
know?
It's so
It's
different.
very different. There's no way. And you
Yeah,
know how many people love oranges? She's never going to figure it out. So,
right.
yeah, we're actually, yeah, do that. Do both. Block your
Yeah,
mom on your new burner account.
yeah,
And then, but keep tweeting from your normal one so that she won't think anything's up.
yeah,
Does she check it often? I have so many questions. Like, does she check it all the
yeah.
time
We
to like
almost
see
need
what
more
you're doing?
detail for
What's
this
she doing?
one.
Yeah, what is she doing? Like, is she just like, oh, I want to see what my baby's doing, and just like looking all the time, or is it like,
Or
does she
like
have your
looked at it
notifications
once
on?
and isn't gonna look at
Yeah,
it again.
yeah. I don't know. I need more. But like, from what I have, that's my advice. My advice has been laid out. But like, I'm kind of, you know, if you do, you definitely have Bethany's support if you block your mom. She's
You
rooting
do.
for you.
You do. I'm rooting for you.
I'm on the fence a little bit. I want you to make the burner and then block your mom. Because I feel like if you block your mom on your no account, then you have to confront your mom. Your mom's gonna be like, hey, why can't I see your stuff? And then it's like a whole thing.
If she's
If you
looking at
block
it
her,
all the time. If she's
if
not
she's
looking
looking,
at it,
yeah,
then it doesn't matter.
again, there needs, it depends on your circumstances. Yeah. Follow whatever suits your path a little better. Yeah. All right. And now on to our second submission for the advice section. It is, I've semi recently come to the realization that I am very neurodivergent and would 100% benefit from getting help. But my fear of confrontation is really bad, and I'm worried my family would just brush it off if I tell them I need help. Any advice on telling them? I'm gonna have you kick this one off because I kicked off the last one.
I cannot kick this one off.
You cannot kick this one off?
No, I cannot
No.
kick this one
You
off.
wanna
I
you
need to
wanna
think
you wanna
about it.
you wanna brew on it a little bit?
I need to think about that one for a little bit.
Alright, here we go. Anon. I get you 110%. Okay. I went through a very similar thing. I have ADHD. I've had a doctor tell me, like, yeah. They kind of like, they point at me like, yeah, it's obvious. But like, I have ADHD, and I also have some other things bumbling around in there. And it was really hard to try to get to the point where I could go to a doctor because I had to tell my parents. And mental health is it's really stigmatized, especially in the Black community, honestly, just to like be very transparent. It's very stigmatized in the Black community. Like back in the day, even like more even recently, like if you tell your like parent like, oh, I think I have this, or I think I'm depressed, or I think I have this, they're gonna be like, nah. Like they like instantly brush it off, you know. And one thing that I did in order to like get it through, and my parents are very understanding, like they weren't instantly like thrown off to it, but they're like, could it be anything else, could it just be that you're a teenager and it's like puberty going on, or like, you know. And I was just like, no, I'm pretty sure. So what I did was I was very confident with it. I was just like, no, I'm pretty sure, like I've done this like screening thing right here. Look at this. Like, hey, you know how I do that thing sometimes? Yeah. Did you know it's an ADHD thing? Do you know I also do these things that are, and I kind of like bring it up, and I'm like, and then they started being like, oh wow, wait, this is actually a thing. Okay, we should probably get this figured out and everything. And then also at the same time of me doing that, I was also declining in other aspects of my mental health. And they started to see that and they were like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to figure this out." And that kind of helped out. I have a really big fear of confrontation as well. So, I feel like if your family just brushes it off, I feel like your best bet is to be persistent. Don't think of it as a confrontation. Think of it as getting the help that you need and trying to encourage those who love you because your family loves you. I'd like to hope. And if they love you, they're going to want the best for you. Some they're going to want you to get the help that you need. Not necessarily help, but like in order to be able to regulate being neurodivergent, because I know I constantly needed to be regulated and I've used tools from my sessions in order to help me. So I feel like I know it's a regulation thing. It needs to constantly be regulated, and some things have to be changed and tweaked and everything to make you feel better. And I feel like if your family really wants to help you, especially if you're persistent about it and you're like, no, this is actually a thing. This is something and you bring up like facts. If you hit them with facts and logic, you got it. But that's just me. I know my family and how my family works, and I know that's how they are receptive. They're like, hey, if I see this and I see it with my own eyes, then I'm gonna do it. But you know your family the best, so you know how to best contact your family about things pertaining to you. Try to think about other situations in which you've had to inform your family about something about yourself that they didn't really know, and try to see how that kind of happened, like how that worked out, and whether they were accepting of that, and trying to parallel it to this. I feel like that's another good way to do it. But yeah, also, one more thing. I don't know if you have ADHD, but I understand rejection sensitivity dysphoria, RSD, is very, very scary. Okay, it's this thing. I don't know if you know what RSD is, but it's essentially like being. It's not even being told no, but it's like certain things, certain areas of rejection feel like way worse than normal. It's like I used
Mm.
to have this thing where like um one of the reasons why I didn't really like ordering food is that I was afraid that they would tell me that it's sold out or like, oh, we ran out of that. And that would genuinely hurt my feelings. Like it happened once and I'd be distraught the rest of the day. And I'm not too sure why. I found out what it was later. But I was like, it ruined my day. And it's not anything to ruin a day. Like it's just, oh, they didn't have it. Okay, I'll just get something else. But like it genuinely like ruined my day. It's genuinely like a thing with the brain. It just doesn't like connect things and it just like assumes that people like hate you or don't life hates you and everything sucks. Don't let that get interfere with it, please. I know it's hard, and I know that's like the worst part of some interactions, especially confrontations. Cause like, but if you're able to get through that and you're able to assert yourself, like, hey, I'm serious. This is a thing. I need help. Then I hope that'll help. I'm sure. I'm not sure, but I hope that that will get through to your family. But I don't know. That's kind of my take
Yeah.
on it.
No, I mean, I definitely hear and agree with pretty much everything you just said, especially with kind of like that idea of going and taking a screener, maybe having something that's a little bit more tangible, a little bit more real to kind of present to your parents, be like, hey, like this is what's happening. These are kind of the things I'm seeing in myself, like, and kind of going about getting help that way, going about getting kind of your parents' recognition and stuff, and like, you know, hopefully there's support kind of after that. But I thought you answered that beautifully. I don't have too much to add, to be honest.
Oh, thank you. I'm just trying. Now we're getting to the very, very end of the pod. Now we have the birthday shout outs. This is going to be for the month of February. So, February birthday grandkids, stand up, rise up. Because you are our first submission for the birthdays. Now, it is belated, but happy birthday. Bethany's birthday was February 10th, and she got to celebrate it in Raleigh, North Carolina, seeing grandson at a whole on an arena, like at an arena stage. I'm angry. I'm jealous, but I'm also very happy for you. That was really. I was like, oh my god, and I changed my like stream name to like Bethany Day because I was just so
I know,
excited.
that was so cute. I was like outside the arena when I saw that. I almost started crying. I was
Oh,
like, oh.
I was like, yeah. I was like, I was like, I have to do this. This is something I must do. It's my only job, and I did it.
That was
So
cute.
thank you. And then for we only actually have 2 February birthdays that were submitted. You guys need to submit more birthdays. I know that. But the second one is Sam at Sam and Taylor. His birthday was on February 13th. So happy belated birthday as far as the podcast is coming out. But I think I told you happy birthday on your birthday, so it doesn't matter. But anyways, happy birthday! Woo! I love editing this part because there's balloons. I always edit balloons into the birthday section on the video one. So, very excited to add the balloons. That's very fun for me every single time.
Insert balloons.
Insert balloons. That's what goes here. Balloons go
Yeah,
here.
I'm ready for it.
Okay, that's it for the birthday submissions. There were no disagreements. So we're gonna move on to the song recommendations. Woo! Woo! So this is the segment where okay, the normal format of this, I'm gonna be very transparent. The normal format of this is I give my artist and song recommendation for the episode, my guest gives one, and then I get 3 from the grandkids. But I am switching it up a little bit. For this one, I am going, instead of doing the grandkids submissions, which your submissions will get to, I've been listening to them. You guys have a great music taste, as you should, because you listen to grandson. But I wanted to make this one, since it's technically a Death of a Tour-ish themed episode, I wanted to do the openers for Death of a Tour. So woo! That's gonna be in place of the grandkids submissions. Sorry. But we're gonna start off with me and my guest. So, do you want to start off? Or you want me to start off, or what do you want to do here?
Whatever you want to do.
All right,
It's your show.
I'll start off. So, my pick for this episode's um, song recommendations is a band called Life After Youth. Life After Youth is one of my favorite bands of all time. They're very small, they're based in Texas. I went to go see them at Untitled Night. That's like one of the bands I went to go see. They're my babies. I absolutely adore them. And they're just really cool. They make like they call themselves a grunge pop boy band, which is like, yeah, I can get behind that. It's around Valentine's Day, so I've been listening to their song called "Be Mine" a lot. But they hate that. I didn't know they didn't like that song, which is funny because okay, this is actually a fun fact. You know how I mentioned that "Things Change" is my favorite song and it's unreleased. My
Yeah.
favorite song by Life After Youth is also an unreleased song. Well, okay, technically it was released and then they retracted it. It's called "Don't Say You Love Me." It's literally, if you look on my Twitter account, my banner is "Don't Say You Love." It literally says "Don't Say You Love Me."
Um.
It is my favorite Life After Youth song. It sounds like an 80s prom song, honestly. That's what it sounds like. And it's so mellow and it's kind of sad, but it's so good. But if I had to recommend something for you to listen to, because you actually can't listen to it because it's on in no platforms, I have it though. I asked them for a copy, so I have it. I listen to it all the time. But if you want to listen to them, I suggest the song Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. That's a song that got me into them. It has a bass line in a rock song, a kickin' funky bass line, slap bass in a rock song. What more could you possibly ask for? That's my recommendation. We're gonna kick it over to Bethany. Bethany, what is your recommendation for this episode?
Okay. Well, obviously Death of a Tour is like really, really soon. So I've been like listening to the openers a little bit, getting ready for that. So I listened to a lot of Royal and the Serpent, particularly again, we both went to Unsilent Night and she played kind of at the end of the night and stuff. And she played this one song there that at the time it was unreleased, but it actually like just came out on her like latest EP called If I Died Would Anyone Care? And it's called I Don't Even Like You. Such a banger, like
Yeah.
such a good song. And I'll never forget, I have like a 40-second like video clip of it from On Silent Night on my phone. And there's this line in it that was like, I dyed my hair bright pink and I don't care what you think. And I was like, pink
You felt
hair,
that.
like this, I felt that. I felt
Yeah.
that like in my soul. And I was like, I cannot wait for this song to come out. So like when it was on her latest EP, I was like, I've been like jamming to it ever since it came out. And honestly, it's like so excited to hopefully see it live on Death of a Tour. So yeah, I Don't Even Like You, Royal and the Serpent. I mean that entire EP slaps, but
Yeah.
particularly that song, I Don't Even Like You, is my recommendation.
Really said pink hair, don't care. Love that for you.
Yeah,
Like that's
exactly.
great. That's amazing. That's actually a great segue into the openers. So I was gonna start with Royal and the Serpent, which is really, really fun. Getting to know the openers a little bit. I've been listening to them for a bit. I usually don't listen to openers beforehand, but I really wanted to do this part of the podcast to kind of introduce you to some of my favorite songs that I liked from the openers. And the one that I picked for Royal and the Serpent was Overwhelmed. Loved hearing that. That was played at Untitled Night too, right? Or did I imagine
Yeah,
that
of
in my brain?
course
Okay,
it
cool.
was.
Because
Yeah.
I keep hearing the live version in my head, but I didn't know if I just imagined that or if it was
No.
if I actually heard it. But like that's been like it's been in rotation since Untitled Night. And I know it's like, oh, that's the popular one. Like, okay, so what? It's popular for a reason. Okay, leave me alone. So that's my recommendation for Royal and the Serpent. Um, on the first night of the LA show, they're having an opener by the name of Beauty School Dropout, help out. And fun fact about that is I found Beauty School Dropout back in 2020 through their song Die For You, which is my recommendation. Die For You is a really good song. I did not expect to see that. Like he was like, Beauty School Dropout is also joining us. And I was like, what the hell? Them? Oh my god, those guys! A fun fact about Beauty School Dropout and Royal and the Serpent is that they actually have collabs, which is really interesting. They've collabed on a cover of Lucid Dreams by Juice World. Um,
Mhm.
I I honestly I didn't know that was a collab. a collab cover. I just thought it was a cover because I heard it at Untitled Night, and I was just like, "Oh,
Mhm.
I love this song, and they're covering it. This is so cool." I didn't know that it was a collab cover, so when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, oh!" But I will say, if you are gonna listen to them collaborate, the one you need to listen to is Starfucker. Okay, saying that is the weirdest thing out of my mouth, but I love that song.
It's
The name was like, "What is going on? I don't know what this is," and then I listened to it, and I was like, "Oh." I know what this is. And like a lot. So that's um that's my little section for them. Then we're gonna move on to the Nova twins, who aren't playing it in my show, but they are playing on I think like most of the East Coast leg of the tour. Or not East
like
Coast, but like
after the East
Midwest.
Coast, Midwest, yeah.
Yeah, like Midwest kind of section. Um the song that I liked the most by them was KMB. I think it stands for Kill My Boyfriend. Didn't know, don't care, bangs, slaps. That's a good song. It's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like their music when I was listening to it, it feels like repurposed industrial new metal, but like modern. It feels like modern and industrial new metal with like it. That's what it feels like. I feel like that's the best thing. So if you like that
That's a
old
good
like kind of
description.
industrial, yeah, right. Like it just feels like if you took like a new metal band from like 2000 and like brought them into 2022 and said make music. Like that's what it felt like. And I was like, yeah, I'm into this. I'm into this. Have you gotten a chance to listen to them at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
No, I really like what I've heard from them for sure.
Okay, cool. I didn't know what to expect, and I was like, I'm probably not gonna listen to them because they're not gonna go to my show. But I was like, no, no, no. If they're opening, then I should try. I should dip my toe in, and I did, and I like it. Kill My
Yeah.
Boyfriend was the best, or KMB. I'm not gonna call it Kill My Boyfriend. I don't know. It could be Kiss My Boots or something, but I think it's Kill My Boyfriend. I'm almost
Yeah.
certain, but who knows? And
It could
then
go either way.
it could go either way.
It could go.
Works, you know. Either way is on brand, honestly, for the Nova Twins.
Yeah.
Either way is on brand. And then the very last of the openers, and my personal favorite of the openers, I'm calling it now, Oxymorons. Listening to Oxymorons was like opening like the best Christmas present ever. Because I didn't know what to expect. And I just went on their page and I was like, all right, shuffle, give me the song. Give me a song. Any song. And it started with Justice. And I lost my mind. Oh my, I'm gonna recommend Justice, but I'm also gonna recommend like three more because I also love these. Django, oh my gosh.
That song
Green Vision,
slaps.
oh,
Hmm.
Django got me. I was like, oh, I was losing my
Hmm.
mind. Green Vision is also
Another
really
good
good.
one.
And Loser, really good. I was freaking out listening to them. I can't wait to see them live. I don't even know how to describe it. It's hip hop rock, but
Yeah.
like
Say,
it.
like, as someone who's seen them live, it's gonna be freaking
Okay.
great.
Oh
It's
my
gonna
god,
be their
I'm so excited.
energy, like their on stage like presence and energy is just like off the charts. It's gonna be so
I'm
good.
so excited. It's combining like one of my favorite eras of hip hop. It's like a specific era that I can't describe, but it's combining that with like alt rock and just like
Hmm.
making a really healthy baby. And I'm just obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. My favorite opener right now, calling it Oxymorons. I'm sorry. Those songs are already good. Live, I'm not gonna have my brain mind blown. Okay? Gonna have to pick up my brain and put it back in so I can go see grandson. That's the steps. So yeah. But yeah. I'm glad you do you have any other oxymoron songs you can like point to, or did I kinda give like
I think Definition. I mean, that's like their most popular one.
yeah.
I think,
That
yeah, Definition.
has the guy
Jason,
from yeah! Fever
Jason from
333,
Fever
right?
333. That one's
Yeah.
so good.
How did I miss that one? I don't know how I missed that one. It's probably in my
No, I
written
definitely.
notes and I just didn't translate it right.
That's like probably my favorite song from them. I think it's their most popular too, but it's definitely like it's such a good one.
Like we said, there's nothing wrong with popular songs.
Oh, for sure. No,
Nothing
I know.
wrong.
Bloodwater still made my dream set list. So
100. Don't do that. I tried. It wouldn't fit. And I just wanted to do a set list without Bloodwater. Like, what does that even look like? Bloodwater is such attached to the grandson identity. Huh. It's so attached. It's so attached to, like, how do you have that without that? So
yeah,
that.
I hear that.
But yeah, okay. I think we're at the end. I think this is the end
Oh
of the
my
podcast.
gosh.
We made it. We made it to the end. Look, the nerves were for nothing. Everything worked out great.
Wow.
So, yeah. All right.
That's
So
wild.
that that's pretty much a wrap on episode 2. I'm pretty sure, not too certain, but the next episode that is coming out is going to be one of my theory episodes. It's gonna be a solo one, so no guest for that one, and I'm just gonna kind of spitball a theory that I have, and I'm gonna run it by you guys. And if you guys like that kind of stuff, then I'll keep doing it. But I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the next episode. So that's the only update I have. Really, really cool. Thank you for joining me and my guest, Bethany, for the episode 2 of the podcast. I almost forgot what episode it was, so it took me a bit. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching if you're watching. Go ahead and follow Bethany on first Grandkids on Tour. That's important.
Grandkids on
You
tour.
should do that. But also, what's your actual, like, what's your Twitter at? I don't remember anymore. You
My
changed it,
Twitter
right?
at is, yeah, I changed it. It's like
Okay.
on the bright side now.
Oh, okay.
Like if you
Yeah.
just start typing on the bright side, you'll find me.
Yep. That's and if you don't see that face, you're at the wrong account. So yeah. But thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
That
Thank
was
you.
honestly really fun.
Yeah, it's right.
It was fun.
Right. Okay, good. And then let me. I should finish this. Like I know. I don't know. I kind of like cutting it off the way I did last time. It felt cool. Oh,
Make it really
it ended
informal.
it for me. So I guess it's done. I guess this is done.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have a hard stop.